Welcome to this Adult Literacy Tutoring program. This short video is to introduce you to the program, to give you a quick overview of what you'll find here, and in particular what's involved in delivering the tutor training course that's the focus of the program. On the home page, you'll find links to the 4 main parts of this site. Read the coordinator guide first, as that should answer most questions you have about running the program, about the typical roles and responsibilities of the coordinator, about promoting your program and recruiting prospective adult literacy students and prospective volunteer tutors to work with them, and about organising the training course for those volunteer tutors. The next link you'll find there is to the training course for the volunteer tutors. And before we look at what's involved there, it's important to note that this course has been written so that it can be delivered by someone who is not an adult literacy teacher. It's been developed so that it can be delivered by someone who doesn't have a teaching background in adult literacy or who doesn't even have a teaching background at all. Of course, if there's someone in your community who does have those qualifications, then that would be wonderful. But that's often not possible. The tutor training course is based on the handbook Literacy Face-to-Face, which is free to download from this site. Now, Literacy Face-to-Face was written for people who want to help another adult improve their reading and writing, maybe a family member or a friend or an employee. But of course, developing these skills from a handbook alone is difficult, so the role of the tutor training course is to work through the handbook together as a group and to discuss it with the guidance of a presenter. So there's no need for you to feel that you need to be an expert. You'll be developing new skills along with the trainee tutors. You'll be learning together. Your role is to be the facilitator, not the trainer. The tutor training course is divided into 6 3-hour sessions, and each has a PowerPoint presentation and a set of presenter notes. And there's a link to Literacy Face-to-Face also. This is session 1, so let's look at the PowerPoint first. You'll notice that there are 26 slides, and many people would balk at that. We've all heard murmurs of things like death by PowerPoint and such like. But the reason for all these slides is that they structure the training session and make it easier for you or whoever is the presenter. For example, where there's a video clip to watch, the link is on the slide. You just need to click on a button, and there's a discussion question already there for you. But of course, there is some work for the presenter to do, so let's look at the presenter notes that you'll find with each session. On the first page, you'll find a list of any resources you need to find or collect before the session. In this session, it's mainly a list of links to videos, which, as we've seen, are already on the PowerPoints, but just in case, there are links here also. Then there's a list of pre-reading for the presenter, the pages of Literacy Face-to-Face that it would be good for you to read in advance. It's all in Literacy Face-to-Face. Then an overview of the session with an approximate timing. Then the remainder of the presenter notes go through the PowerPoint slides one by one, with information in one column about any instructions you need to give or activities you need to set up that go with that slide, such as discussions, and another column with any particular points you need to raise or background information you need. For example, let's look at the presenter notes for these 2 slides in session 1. So at slide 6, the group is going to read some stories of adult literacy students that have been published in that little book. The instructions and activities column gives the presenter some suggestions as to how to set this up. Then in the background information column, there is extra information about that book that the presenter might like to share. Slide 7 is headed, "Why is this program needed?" The instructions column suggests you have a brief discussion about each of those points listed, and the background information column gives the presenter a few other points that they might like to add to the discussion. And going back to the home page, there are another 2 links after the training course section. They are the assessment link and the resources link. We'll look at the assessment link first. There's a certain amount of information the coordinator needs to collect from potential learners that you then need to pass on to the tutor who's going to help them. You'll need to know, for example, whether their everyday reading is okay, but they just need some help to improve their spelling because it's a problem at work, or on the other hand, maybe they can read very little by themselves. So you need to arrange a chat with them, and we won't call it an interview as that sounds a bit intimidating. In fact, assessment sounds a bit formal too. But you need to talk with your potential students about those goals that they might have and their present literacy skills. And you need to document this information so you can pass it on to their tutor. So this information folder is in fact a collection of template forms that you might need and that the tutor might need later in order to track and record progress. The resources link contains some resources that are referred to in the tutor training course, some handouts and some extra links to the videos and other downloads. And now to give you a feeling for what a tutor training session might look like, here's a small part of a tutor training session with a group of trainee tutors at Maitland Library, led by Jo Medlin. It's from session 5 of the course. The group is talking about the importance of the potential student's initial contact with the program and what the tutor needs to do to plan for their first session.
Talking about the types of reading you might want to do, types of writing. Maybe they're going to tell you that they want some numeracy, help with digital literacy. And then the other thing to do in that first session is to try and come up with some goals. The way that I've used these before, and you saw Pam just have one, so it would be useful to have a laminated kit that the person has. You know, you could have some of these kind of things. I would take one of those papers that we had and have that there as well. So have like a sample of real life reading and have it available, not go one at a time, can you read this, can you read this, but have it there and let the person self-select what they want to tell you about in terms of what they read. So that's how I would find out about reading, and it's just to get a sense, you know, it's not, we're calling it the meet and greet because we're not, you know, trying to assess them at all.
We've designed this resource to be easy and engaging to deliver, and we're sure you will find it rewarding.